guys, Elizabeth Quinn here again with Elizabeth's Scenes and Scents. I decided maybe I'd put on an orange shirt to do all of the different orange scents. So let's get started. I'm going to go from the lightest and freshest all the way down to the spiciest and heaviest. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Scentsy scents that are either retired or current that have orange, and more than half of them have orange and some form of spice or other mix in them. So first off, just to give you a frame of reference, this is Grapefruit Orange from the Mix It collection, which was 2 or 3 springs ago. And the point of that collection was to have something that was rather simple and pure to be able to mix with other things. I do not have this in my club anymore, but it was just so delightful. So it had the nice orange plus grapefruit quality of just light and almost a little bit sparkly. So this is one of the orange scents that I think Scentsy did excellently, that just really gives you that lift that you get from an orange. Next on the scale, which would be just slightly less sparkly, would be Oodles of Orange. Now, Oodles of Orange is wonderful, and it has all sorts of other things, even berries, pineapple, berries, I think papaya, and orange in it. So it really gives you the feeling of an orange soda like we used to have as kids at McDonald's, but in the nicest way. I know that sounds cheap, but it's not. It's gorgeous. I didn't know how much I would like it, and I pulled it out of my club before I should have. Oodles of Orange is really, really good. But again, neither of these have any spice, so these are on the light end of the Scentsy orange spectrum. Light and sweet and fruity and effervescent almost. Oops. Then the next one, which is the first one that has an added note of any kind, will be Rise and Sunshine. Now this one, it kind of makes me think of orange Tic Tacs. I don't know why. Maybe there's just some ginger or something in with the orange in that little candy. And this one was Scent of the Month in July a couple years ago. This also has cherry and ginger, and I think just a tiny bit of clove. But this again is very light and bright. This makes me think of a really nice sunny summer morning. So it doesn't have the heaviness and the earthiness that some of the others will start to as we go down the scale. So this would be number 3. Now, sort of smack dab in the middle is a brand new one that doesn't have any spice notes, but Clementine Cupcake is new, and it has wonderful, wonderful clementine zestiness to it. Oh, it's so happy. So if you're looking for something that has an orange or clementine note, but you don't like spice, this doesn't last super long. I've only melted 2 cubes so far, but it's so good. So I would really encourage you to get this in February. It's excellent. So now we have 3 left, and these slide down the scale to get to the heaviest one. So Spiced Orange Harvest. This one I've heard a lot of good from people as far as reviewing it and just enjoying the lasting power. This one has the most of this kind of orange. This is Oodles of Orange, but it also has the spice. And this is just like really orangey, like a navel orange. Whereas the Oodles of Orange, it has a little bit of that, but then it's got all those other fruits. So it's light. I'd say this one is smack dab in the middle of the scale, where it balances the gentle spice, there's not a lot of spice, and a lot of orange. But what happened to me with this bar, which I didn't care for as much as the last 2, and remember I'm a spice addict, is that the orange quality in this, it reminded me of just getting a wax melt from the grocery store. It wasn't special to me. So yes, it's a good performer. Yes, it's got great strength, but I don't want to use the word cheap because Scentsy never does cheap. But it lacked the complexity I expect from a Scentsy bar. So I think I'm getting another one because my kids liked it better, but this is not my preferred smell from Scentsy when it comes to oranges. Next, we have Mandarin Moon. Now, Mandarin Moon definitely has a following, and it has a really good reputation. I've been hearing about it for years. I'm very glad that I got to experience it finally. And this is really good. This has all those layers that I expect from a Scentsy bar. So you've got your mandarin, which is different than orange. It's sweeter and softer. Then you have the ginger, and you have the anise. And there isn't a bakery note, and it's not bakery like Clementine Cupcake, but there is something in this. One of my kids nailed it, which I was amazed. They're so helpful. She said, Mom, it kind of reminds me of marzipan. Now, don't get scared. I love this bar. And it also reminds me, minus the black tea note, of Constant Comment tea, which has the spices and the orange and the warmth. So this was very good. And of all the bars that I've shared so far, I think this is the most complex and definitely the most autumn winter appropriate. And then the one most people don't like that I love. This is still my favorite, and it's 90% spices, 10% oranges. Oh, but it is so good. Oh, spiced orange pomander, which at least a few days ago you could still add a bar of this to your Scentsy Club. So if you like clove and cinnamon and you like cinnamon bear, this is totally worth it. Now, most people are going to like Mandarin Moon or the spiced orange harvest if you're not a spice person. But this is still my particular love. And I'm really, really happy that Scentsy has all these different things that we can experience. So on the sliding scale, again, the lightest would be something like your grapefruit orange, then your oodles of orange, then your horizon sunshine. Right in the middle for the intensity of the orange would be your Clementine Cupcake. Then your spiced orange harvest. Honestly, I think this has the strongest punch of orange of all of them, because the oodles of orange is nice and strong, but it's more bubbly because it has all the different fruits in it as well. Then we would have the Mandarin Moon, which is probably out of all of these going to be the most pleasing to the most noses. That's my guess. And then the one that most people don't like, but I love, which is your sweet orange pomander. And if they had called this spicy orange pomander, I think that would have been more honest. It has just a little bit of orange. It's almost like a dried orange peel in the background, like you would get in a potpourri, rather than the nice, sweet, juicy, pulpy orange that you get from some of these others. So that's all of the oranges, and I hope that one of them appeals to you. Most of these are still available currently, and I hope you guys have an awesome day.